Hello, welcome to Boardgames with Niramas. I'm Joseph. I'm here with Drako. And it's been a while since I said that phrase because it's been a while since I made a video. It's been over a month, a weird gap here in the usual stream and video creation schedule. Now, there's a few reasons for that, and I'm not going to go into all of that, but basically, I tend to pull down on the number of videos I create during this time of year because it's springtime. I like to go outside, get a lot of walks in and exercise, and also usually YouTube views drop anyway during this time of year, and then it rises up about now when we get closer to Gen Con, which is going to happen this year as well. And hey to Lance and Bjorn who are in the chat. It's gonna be really fun to just get back into content creation again. This is the 6th year that I am doing this together with Drako, of course, and it's gonna be fun to get back to more video creation. That was gonna be sort of the same thing. We're gonna get back to mixing, unboxing videos and reviews of insert for board games and so on, with a bunch of live streams, playing games, and so on. Now, I am going to go through, during this stream here today, I'm going to go through a bunch of different things that are upcoming, and I'm also going to talk a little bit about outside gaming, what's coming up for us. We are sort of not in the middle, but in the beginning of a process of moving cities. So we are going to move to a neighbor city. I think I have mentioned this before, but now it's getting real. There is a real estate agent that I have hired that is going to sell my house here within sort of a month from now. And that's really exciting. It's really scary as well, because then basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to sell my house probably before I know where I'm going to move exactly, unless something shows up very soon here. But I have been going... So the last weeks, I have been spending a lot of time outdoors. I've been walking, exercising, meeting friends, being at game nights and game events. It's been really fun. Hey, Eric, and Mikael is here as well. And also, I have been going to checking out a bunch of different houses and apartments that I'm considering moving to, and I'm like trying to decide if I'm going to purchase something or if I'm going to just rent a place and so on. It's wow, it's hard decisions here. If you have any tips for how to decide, let me know, because yeah, it's like big life-changing decisions like that. Like this is probably the biggest so far in my life. This is the biggest sort of economical deal that I am doing, right, to sell my house. It's gonna bring in a lot of money, but of course I want to spend that money wisely and buy something that I will be able to live for a good while and feel good about. But it's going to be really nice to get over to the other city. It's a smaller city, and I like small cities. I like the countryside feel of it. It's also next to, I think it's like Europe's, or it's like one of Europe's at least largest lakes, which is Vänern here in Sweden. There's super large lake. And there's a lot of good things about that, because the city I'm moving to is basically surrounded more or less by that lake. So I will have, regardless of where I move in the city, I will have like 10-minute walk to the seaside. Not sea, it's not a sea, it's a lake. To water, basically, from anywhere in that city. So it's going to be nice. I really like hanging out or walking or being around water. It's something really important for me, actually. I mean, I grew up here on the coast. So I walk by the ocean every day and so on. So I couldn't imagine moving to like inland and not having a huge lake or the ocean nearby. And it's going to be nearby anyway. It's going to be like a 20-minute drive to get back here, so I can walk by the ocean a few times a week or something like that. But it's going to be nice to have this like closeness to my friends and to my gaming group. I will be able to just walk over to them, and I am going to buy myself a bike, and that's going to be like the next step also in my exercise routine, to actually ride a bike, because it's you know, get the pulse up more than just walking. And at some point I will start running as well, but I am not really there yet. I need to lose some weight. I don't want to be running unless, like, I don't want to hurt my my legs, my knees, and also on my hips by being too heavy and running. So then bicycle is so much better, because it's so much better for the body, right? Let's see, Eric is saying, we're in the same boat. Thank you. Yeah, best wishes to you as well, then, Eric. Moving, like I don't mind the move as much. I look forward to the whole move process. That's gonna be fun. It's this part where I'm in right now that it's like stress, giving me a lot of stress. Where like I need to make those decisions. I mean, soon here I will have to make a decision. Okay, how like if I will have people will start checking out my house and hopefully they will bid money for it, and I will have to make a decision on like how much do I want to like how long do I want to wait and try to find the right buyer to get the maximum money, of course. Oh, that's gonna be tough to make that decision, and just like at some point I will have to like say, okay, let's go with this. I'm gonna sell to this person for this amount of money, and then I will have to be happy with that and not feel like, oh, if I had waited a little bit more, maybe I would have gotten more, because that's like the stock market or whatever. You don't really have the money until you have them in your account. So just all this imaginary money that I have right now. And the same goes the other way, which is also like, oh, what am I going to buy something for? And then we have like, oh, the inflation is going up and the economy is getting worse. Maybe I shouldn't buy something right now. Maybe I should rent a place, live there for like a year. Hopefully the market will drop a little bit during that time, and then I can buy something cheaper. That's also one idea I have, but then renting something is really expensive. It's like I have to pay a lot of money each month, and that money is just gone. Instead of investing it in a house where I live, or an apartment. It's probably going to be an apartment. I would like to live in a house like on the countryside, and something might show up. I might be able to do that, but probably it's going to be some kind of apartment in the city, because I also like that idea of just being able to walk outside my door and just go to a cafe or meet some friends, go to a game night, and not having to take a car everywhere I go. I like driving, but I mean, there's also Swedish winters, so like right now it feels like, yeah, it's nice, it would be nice to walk somewhere, or just ride a bike, but then in the winter I will have to ride my car anyway, right? So let's start talking a little bit more about the future. This was a lot about basically my thoughts right now, of course. This will, of course, affect the channel as well, even though I am planning to, because basically after I make the decision and the place is sold, which would be probably within a month, then I will put like a 4-month delay, or whatever it's called in English, where like after 4 months I will actually leave it and hand over the keys to someone and to the buyer, so that I have time to find my new place. And also during that time, during like July, August, September, October, basically, I also plan to record a lot of videos in the studio room that I have now, because as I move I will build a new studio room, and that's going to be super fun. It's going to be nice. I'm going to like make it good from the start, try to make like a good setup for the cameras and the lights and everything, and try to make it better than I have now. Right now I have a lot of gaming shelves in here with a lot of games on them, and there's no real reason to have that in the studio. It's not like you can see them anyway, and I don't need to like be able to grab a game from there. I can just have it in another room. So that is my plan, to have a room that is solely for the purpose of filming. And then I can have like game storage in my living room and just show off my games when I have visitors or whatever. So yeah, that's going to be a fun process to do that, to do the whole move and to get to the new place, pack, unpack everything and get ready in there and make a nice studio room. But there's going to be, of course, maybe a month or something where I won't be able to film anything. And during that time, I want to have videos in storage that I can release. So the plan is to film a lot during the summer here, put some game videos into sort of storage in YouTube and not release them right away, and just have them saved and then release videos on a sort of regular schedule. Then, of course, I can still do digital games probably on my computer. I can do some digital games. Because there's some really cool digital board games that I would like to play a lot up ahead here. So let's talk a little bit about what I have been playing lately. I haven't been playing a lot of games. Well, I played a lot of games lately, but I played mostly games that I already knew, that I played before. I haven't really played, I don't think I played any. Well, I played Land versus Sea. Oh, I didn't actually put that up here. Let's do that real quick. So I pulled up Targi here. I can talk a little bit quickly about Targi. So I played half of a game of Targi the other weekend. We had a gaming event called Brädspelsmania in Trollhättan, which is another neighboring city here. where was so much fun. Just meet a lot of friends and people from the gaming community in Sweden, and just everyone hang out for a day and just played. It was super, super fun. And I got a copy of Targi from Game Maniacs. I'm still, of course, having the sponsorship going with Game Maniacs. Really good guys over there. I really enjoy having that connection with them. And so I got a copy of Targi. I sat down with my friend Mats, and we started, Mats that you've seen on the channel. He's been doing solo playthroughs, being on the top 100 lists and so on. And we started playing. I taught the game to him, and I, had a really good time with it. And then halfway into the game, another friend showed up, and Mats had his Coke on the table without the lid on it. Our friend showed up, and he did like, "Hey, what are you guys playing?" And he just smashed the Coke. It had Coke all over the table, and I never seen. I mean, that hasn't really happened to me in all the years of gaming. Like, I think at some point someone spilled a bit of a coffee on a game. But not like that, not like the whole game just drenched in Coke. I don't think I ever seen that before, thankfully. And I'm happy that it happened to Targi, which is like a cheap game. I'm happy that it wasn't Ark Nova that we had on the table or something like that, or my fancy copy of Terraforming Mars. So yeah, anyway. So I never seen such a bad card quality as in Targi. That was terrible. When the card was on the table, I wish I had taken a picture of this. I could have shown you. I wasn't thinking about that at the time. I was pretty freaked out about Coke all over the table. But basically, the cards in Targi, you lay them out on the table in a grid like this. If you haven't played Targi, this is how it looks. And when you get Coke out on this, then I could peel the little card off the table. Like, I couldn't lift the card because it was just drenched in Coca-Cola. So like I had to like peel it off, and it just turned into a little mushy piece that wasn't a card anymore. It was terrible. I got a new copy, thanks to Game Maniacs, which always supports me. So I do look forward to playing Torgi soon again. I will play Torgi tomorrow night, actually, with another friend that has it, and he also has the expansion, which is, by the way, called the expansion, which I think is so weird for this game. Isn't that true? I think so. I think the expansion is called the expansion, which is just silly. Yeah, it's called the expansion. Like, did they run out of names to call it? I don't know. It's weird. It's gonna be fun though. I'm gonna play the expansion tomorrow, so I will tell you about that in a future channel update. Really fun game though. Just a base game as well. Super good game, Torgi. 2-player game, back and forth. It's like a push and pull, and you can block each other. I love this game. Let's see what you guys are saying. Yeah, that's why I played a half a game of it, because of that liquid damage. Yeah. And I will be talking about Lincoln in a little while as well. It's a big Swedish convention, my favorite convention in Sweden, that I'm going to go to in a few days from now. So that's going to be fun. I'm going to talk about it a little bit later. Legacy Target, that's right. Oh, here's Mats, actually. Hey, Mats. Yeah, Mats and I... This is another Mats. There's two of them. This is another Mats that I'm going to play Target and the expansion with tomorrow. That's going to be really fun. So Sajat is saying that he lost some tokens by putting them into a glass of Coke instead of the token holder. That's weird. How do you manage? Were you really tired? Or were you drunk? That's just strange. That's just strange, Sajat. I mean, I done similar things where I put like tokens in the wrong container. I never, like, of course I have my, Drako cup, Drako mug with some Coke in it right now. I have never put any tokens in that though. Yeah, but anyway, so enough about Targi. Let's talk about the other one that I didn't pull up, which is Land vs. Sea. I played this a few days ago with Mats, the other Mats, and the YouTube Mats that's been on my channel. And this is like it's a 2 to 4 player game. I haven't played it with 4, of course. I played it with 2. It's basically a little bit of it's a tile layer, where you just go back and forth. Like, one player is land, one player is sea, and every time it's your turn, you pick out 2 tiles, then you place a tile. And you're trying to form these lands or sea areas, depending on which team you're on. And I don't know. I will never play this game again. I didn't get, it wasn't for me. It's gotten a good score here, good rating on BGG. I didn't find it fun at all. It was just like, oh, I'll place a tile, and I had some special ability. I can steal a tile from you, and then you place a tile. I don't know. It was just, I'd rather play Carcassonne, actually, on 2 players. I didn't enjoy this much at all. I don't know. So Land vs. Sea is not something I would recommend unless you play it. Maybe, I mean, if you play it with someone that isn't that familiar with gaming or whatever. Some people like that, like pattern building. I've never been a huge fan of that. I wonder what they call that. Network and route building, that's what they call it. This is like train games and all those games that I don't like. Usually have this mechanic in it. Where you're just like, oh, we're trying to form this shape. Like even if I play like Tapestry and you're putting out this tile and you want to get like multiple sides that match the surrounding area, I have issues with that. I'm like sitting there spinning the tile, like, how do I maximize these points? This game is all about that. So yeah, I don't know. It wasn't for me. I did play a game recently, the same day I played with Mats. We played a game that I really enjoy, which you already know by now. But yeah, we played Ark Nova on 2. This is such a good game. I don't know what to say. Like, I mean, if you've been watching my videos of Ark Nova, you know by now that the solo game for me was a little bit of a letdown. I wasn't a huge fan of the solo game because I think it's too stressed. Like, you really need to do every action has to be optimized in a way that I don't really enjoy. I like longer games. I like to enjoy the game more, sit around, more like Terraforming Mars. But, I mean, I had a good time in 2-player with this. Such a good time with Mats. I really beat him, which I enjoyed as well. I usually don't care too much about winning in games. When I play 2-player games, though, then or like a game on 2 players, then I get more competitive. And, yeah, it was so much fun. Just, building up your zoo, doing your actions, planning everything out. It's such a good game. I mean, this game is super hyped right now, of course. And I played it all the way back in December. So I almost burned out a little bit on it because I play like solo every day during like December and January. So now that not everyone, but a lot of people have it now, and it's like super hyped, I almost feel like, yeah, I'm a little bit over it, but it's not true for multiplayer. For multiplayer, I still enjoy it a lot. I'm looking forward to play this on 4. I still haven't played it on 4 players. I look forward to do that with people that know the game, of course. Otherwise, I think it could drag out a bit. A lot of people, Dark Mind, a lot of people say like max 3, but I think for my gaming group, we are pretty quick players. And so if everyone knows the game, which they do by now because they've been playing this, then I think we could play it on 4 in a decent amount of time as well. Yeah, and Carcassonne and expansions, and also Carcassonne Hunters and Gatherers. I really like that one. Oh, you didn't like? Yeah, I mean, I like Ark Nova solo. It's just that I played it so much. I played it like 20 times during January or something like that. So I kind of burned out a little bit on it. Okay, Mikael says he played it on 3 and 4, but not solo. I think you should try it on solo. I mean, solo, it's like in some ways a totally different game because of the pressure. I also talked about in my Ark Nova solo videos. I done 9 videos of Ark Nova solo. So if you haven't seen those are on the channel. I talked a little bit about almost considering some kind of, I don't like house rules most of the time, but I was considering a house rule where I just make the game longer by adding more actions. And some would say, well, then that makes the game easier. Yeah, but that's kind of the point. It makes the game longer. I could just set another goal for myself. Instead of having like, oh, well, you need to get to plus points when the 2 markers meet. I could just say, oh, I need to get to 20 plus points or 50 plus points to win the game. I could just make something up for myself, because if you're playing solo, then who cares about house rules, right? As long as you're having fun. So I am considering that, to go back to playing Ark Nova solo again, but just making the game twice as long or something. Because I like long solo games. I play Imperium a lot. I still play Imperium Classics and Legends from time to time, and I enjoy that game a lot, and that's like, an hour or something, so I don't mind that at all. No, I haven't burned out on Imperium, but I haven't played as much because I've been doing so much other things lately. I also got a new job. I forgot to mention that in the beginning. It's kind of like my old job that I had 2011 to 2018. And then it's like an event style job outside meeting people and so on. I'm coaching kids basically to sell lottery tickets. And so I got that back. So during the weekends I work now. So like, it changed up my life a lot, which is in a positive way, I should say, because after these pandemic years, I really needed to get out there and meet people. So having a good time with that. And I'm also doing some other jobs or work again that I haven't been doing for a while. just getting out, meeting people, going to some meetings, and so on. So yeah, so I haven't played solo games really at all lately. When I played, it's been with friends, which I also love, being able to play with my friends. Wow, okay. Mikael says he played Imperium solo yesterday and lost due to unrest running out. I never had that happening to me. It's been close. It depends on which civilizations you play. If you play like Celts, I think, and some other, then that could happen. But you need to plan for that. Like if you're playing with a faction that is burning through a lot of unrest, and you're playing against a faction that is also doing that, you need to adapt to that. You need to spend actions to actually return unrest. Otherwise, you can end up in that situation, right? Oh, thank you, Sajat. Yeah, it's really nice to have that job. It's just like it's really nice for me to have one of those jobs where I just go there. Like, oh, you're supposed to be here 10 o'clock in the morning. You're supposed to be here. I'm there. I do my job. I'm putting in my energy to do that well, and then I'm done, and I go home, and it's done, and I get paid. That is so nice for me. Instead of having these like constant, I love being on my own as well and doing my videos and all my projects and all that. But it is easier in a way to just being employed and just doing your job and then go home and get paid, instead of having like, oh, I need to come up with new video ideas, and I need to contact this publisher, and I need to do all of that job. There's so much work behind the scenes before a video is on YouTube. So it's been a good shift for me, but I want to mix that life with, I want to mix both styles of life, right? I want to have a solid job that I do during the main time of a week, and then I want to have time for video making as well, so I can combine that. That's my goal. All right, so this was a bit of talk about Arcanova and some other stuff in the middle. It is what it is, and this is not that structured these days. Let's talk about Lincoln. Lincoln is a Swedish convention, so if you don't know Swedish, this text doesn't mean anything to you. It just says that you can order food. There's a bunch of different, so this is once a year. It hasn't been around for 2 years because of the whole pandemic, and it's finally back in order. Now, here's a bunch of people doing different kinds of events during the Lincoln, which is going to be super fun. Hey, Kabuki Kid, how you doing? It's been a while. It's been a while since I did a live stream, so haven't seen any of you guys. It's so good to see everyone in the chat. So Lincoln is really cool. We're going here this weekend, so I'm on Friday to Saturday. I'll be there, and I am going with my friends Mats and Andreas, the same two guys that I play a lot of games with, and the same two guys that's been on my top 100 lists, and we've been doing videos together for years now, basically. They show up as guests from time to time and hang out with Drako and so on. And so we also have a Swedish podcast, which is called Snacka Brädspel. I know I mentioned this before. It's basically, chatting about board games, if I would translate that. And I don't know where it is. Yeah, it's somewhere here. It's somewhere here. It's going to be... There we go. So here's our Snacka Brädspel post. So we're going to have a live podcast. So if you're Swedish, or not if you're Swedish, if you're going to Lincoln this weekend and you're watching this now, or you're watching this after I posted on YouTube after the stream, come say hi, because I'm going to be over there at Friday and Saturday in Linköping in Sweden. We're also going on Friday evening. We're also doing at 8 o'clock. We're doing our podcast live there in the cafe. So we're going to record a podcast live. It's going to be super fun. Yeah, Marcus is here. Hey, Marcus. I really look forward to meeting you on Friday as well. I know you're going to be over there. And Mikael, of course. Yeah, it's going to be super fun. Yeah, it's really close to you, right, Mikael? Yeah. I think the convention, I don't know. I think it's like, I don't know, what could it be? Like 500 people, 1,000 people, something like that. I don't think it's the largest one in Sweden is the GotCon in Gothenburg. That was like a month ago, or at Easter. I was there actually with Andreas as well. We were just there all the day. We didn't do any event or anything, but it was also fun to meet people. That was like the first time I met people really after the pandemic, back in March, I think it was, or April. Yeah, so it's gonna be super fun. We're gonna go together in a car, just like we did sort of back in 2018. We went to Essenspiel together. This time it's only a 3-hour drive though, so we're probably not gonna get tired of each other in the car. We're going to hang out together, play games with people that we meet there, old friends and new friends, hopefully, and also record a podcast. That's going to be super fun. Okay, Marcus is saying it's 1,000 to 1,500 people during 4 days at Lincoln. Okay, let's move on to the next big thing coming up here. This is the Boardgames with Niramas Kickstarter. This is the one from 2020. This is the last one I did. I didn't do anything last year, and I honestly don't really know why. I tried to remember why I didn't do one. Well, basically it was because I wasn't going to SSB and all that, but I don't know. I should have done one anyway. So it's going to come back here very soon, hopefully within this week, if Kickstarter approves my project that I have now. So the Boardgames with Niramas Kickstarter is back. We have new... Let's see, can I pull that up real quickly without... Let's see if I can do that. I think so. Without showing you too much stuff. Here we go. If we just go through this quickly. Here we go. There we go. There's the new Glass Drako meeple with the blue tummy. This is the color of the year. We have a different color on the tummy each year. So it's going to be blue this time. And it's Jennifer Ham from Game Glass, also known as Rado's wife, that is making these super cute little Drako glass meeples. Yeah, Drako. Yeah, he loves those glass Drakos. So it's going to be fun to have those again. You can get one of those if you back the Kickstarter. So the Kickstarter is going to be up for over a month, so you're not going to be able to miss that. But yeah, these cute little guys. And then, of course, some people are collecting these because you could get them. Like 2020, they looked like, let's see, where is it? They looked like, oh, there's the original ones. The ones that actually look like Drako with the pink tummy. But yeah, we had green in 2020, so it's a green tummy. And it's going to be a different tummy color. So you can basically collect these, sort of. And... No, this was 2019, of course. This was 2018, they were pink, and then were green 2019, and then 2020, they were purple. There you go. So it was purple 2020, and now it's going to be the blue ones. And there's Drako meeting his glass meeples for the first time. That was really exciting for him back when that happened. And so, yeah, so the Kickstarter, it's going to be very similar to 2020 in terms of rewards. One thing I will not have is the playmat, sorry. I'm not going to have the playmat this time because it was such a mess shipping this. I was trying to... My idea from the start was to buy these, like, cardboard tubes that I could put the playmats in and ship them to the backers safely. However, in order to buy those, I would have to buy, like, 500 pieces or something, which was a little bit too much, at least yet, for my Kickstarter. So, yeah, that was a mess. So I'm not going to do the playmats this year. They might come back in the future from Deep Cut Studios. We have those playmats. The stickers are going to be in, though, of course, and there's going to be new versions of the stickers. They're going to, different looks on them. The meeples are back, of course, the meeples with the different colors. So you can pick your color, the like acrylic plastic meeples. And then, of course, going to be every backer gets invited to the voters panel on Facebook, where people can vote on videos coming up. And also that, of course, has been, a bit slow as well lately because I haven't been doing many videos at all. And the micro badge on Board Game Geek, you can get that one as well. And the new one, well, you can become a producer as well. It's going to be in here where you can be at the end of the videos. You can have the producer credits and, get some marketing for whatever you want to market. If you have a web page or a YouTube channel, whatever you want to market, you can do that in all my videos for a year. And then the Drako glass. And then the new thing that is going to be digital based. It's going to be like a challenge thing where you can, if you back the reward level of BGA challenge, you can challenge me to a game on BGA, whatever game you want. And we just pick a date and a time. If you want to join, if you want to have your friends in, I will play with you on BGA, and you can probably beat me because you get to decide what game it is. If I don't know the game, then I will have to read up on it to learn it before that. So it's going to be really fun. Let's see here. We have, Uffe is here. Yeah, Uffe is trying to collect all the Drako glass meeples. That's cool. Let's see. Sajat is saying, how is the gaming scene in Denmark and Sweden? I think it's good in both countries. I don't know too much about Denmark, but I know they have a lot of board games there. Yeah, I mean Stockholm has multiple like gaming events and gaming nights at game stores and all that. So there's a good chance for that in Gothenburg and Malmö. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to the Kickstarter here. It's going to be exciting to see if people. I have been thinking about, like, I haven't been that active lately, but I'm hopefully people will back the channel, and of course, collecting the money is for upgrading things in the studio. After I move, I'm gonna need, of course, some new studio equipment, especially studio lights, because one of my best lights went out went dead a while ago. So I'm sort of one light short right now, and you can't really. I'm thinking about getting better light for the studio, and of course the trip to Essen as well in October. That's the plan to go there, and it's also going to have my. I am going to have my game night at Essen at the hotel, at the Atlantic Hotel. One of those evenings, have a game night, and this is gonna be like all the backers are going to be. Well, everyone is invited, but if you back the Kickstarter, then you will get a little special gift at the game night there if you're going to SSBL and you want to come over and play some games with me and Drako and hang out. Well, I'm not sure if Draco's gonna go to Essen yet. We had some issues with that. Like, I don't want to bring Drako in a suitcase and everywhere because he might get worn out, and I don't want Drako to get worn out. I'm still, by the way, I'm still looking for Drako lookalikes. And a while ago, a friend showed me that there was a Drako cousin or lookalike, whatever, on eBay. So there are Dracos out there in the world. I still want to find out who well, nobody made Drako, obviously. He's a dragon on his own, but where he comes from. I want to find out more about where he comes from. So if anyone's watching this and you have any clue, or you have seen this little guy somewhere or a similar one, let me know. Contact me, let me know. All right, let's talk a little bit about some games that are coming up here, or some videos that are coming up, videos that I want to make soon. Huge thing here, Gloomhaven Jaws of the Lion is on Steam. It's like a DLC, like an add-on to the Gloomhaven digital game. And I haven't finished the Gloomhaven Jaws of the Lion, the physical game. I did 5 streams where I showed off or played through the first 5 scenarios. That was sort of tutorial scenarios. And then I kept playing like 5 more, but I never ended, because at that point I was also, it was like in December, which is like my worst month to try to play games on my own, because in December I'm making so many videos. So yeah, so I really look forward to play through Gloomhaven Jaws of the Lion on Steam digital, and you can also, from what I understand, I can continue with my campaign sort of into Gloomhaven Jaws of the Lion. It's going to be super fun. And I am planning to do this very soon here, to start playing this, and then it's going to be streams every week and so on, where I go through this. It's going to be fun to just sit back and relax and play games, or play like a digital board game again in streams, and then be able to have a chat with, well, like a chat with the chat, to have you guys in the chat helping me decide what to do in the game and where to go, and decisions and so on. I really look forward to this one. So this is coming soon. I haven't bought it because I am waiting for a code from the publisher, from Asmodee Digital there. So I hope they will hurry up and send me one so I can play through it. And Wingspan also got a DLC. So Wingspan European expansion is on Steam. And I think it's out, right? Yeah, it's out, yeah. And this is something, I have a code for this, and I also have extra codes for the Wingspan base game and the European expansion. So when I do my live stream for this sometime soon, I will also have a giveaway at the same time where a viewer can win codes on Steam for both Wingspan and Wingspan European expansion. So that's going to be fun as well. I like Wingspan, and I look forward to playing this European expansion here on Steam. So that's something that's coming up. Another thing is the Terra Mystica big box that I have. I have it here. I am going to do an unboxing of this first, and I am planning to do a solo playthrough of this, or a solo stream, because I really like Terra Mystica, and I'm so excited that there's a solo mode for it. I got this one sent to me just sort of as I started, doing other things and taking a break from the content creation. So this has been hanging out here for a month basically. So yeah, I should have. Anyway, I am going to film this soon. I look forward to that. Terra Mystica big box. It also has the expansions. I haven't played the, what's it called? The Merchants of the Seas. I haven't played that expansion, so that's gonna be fun. And another game that I am planning to stream sometime soon as well is Lord of the Rings, the card game, the revised core set. And I also have these, which I'm also going to do an unboxing for. But I have these packs, so you like the elves and so on. Can you see that? Yeah, I think so. So much gloss. What's up with that? Yeah, it's these plastic containers. I have 4 of these. So I'm gonna play through it, or at least the first scenario or so on. Or maybe the whole campaign, I don't know. Gonna play through it with like, maybe Drako wants to be the Defenders of Gondor and I'll be the Elves of Lorien or something like that. Look forward to that. So that is going to happen soon. And yes, Ajat, the Terra Mystica solo, I haven't heard much about it at all. I'm so surprised that not more people have. There hasn't really been a buzz in the forums or anything, or like the Facebook groups on board games. Nobody's talking about Terra Mystica solo. I don't know why, because it's super exciting and it's out. And you can get one at GameManiacs.com as well if you live in the Nordic countries. That's true, Bjorn. Bjorn is saying that the Wingspan app is one of the best digital versions of a board game. I agree, it's so well made. Even though Gloomhaven is also super well made for the digital. But those two are really my favorites, I guess, for digital implementations of board games. And Sajat, yeah, I will do a giveaway for the Wingspan game. So, and speaking of solo gaming and upcoming videos, I am also I've started to put together my top 25 solo game list. So 2 of my most popular videos ever has been the 2 times I've done top 10 solo games. And, you know, naturally a lot of people are interested in that. And I did 2 different videos. So I did one in like 2018 maybe, and then 2019. I don't know. Gotta check that now. I'm curious. When did I make those videos? Okay, they're all both in the most popular videos here. Okay, one was, oh no, one was last year. Yeah, and one was 2 years ago. That's what. But I didn't include, so these 2 videos have 10 totally different solo games in them. Because like I made a new one. But my plan is to do a top 25, because there's also been some other games added here that I want to include in the list. I'm going to do a top 25 solo games video soon. It's going to be a little bit longer because it's 25. But I am planning to do that. I'm going to pre-record that and do it as a premiere on YouTube with chat and everything. It's going to be fun. And then next up, I want to talk about Dune Imperium with the Rights of X. This is also something that I had on my shelf for a while, and I really look forward to playing this solo. I haven't even tried it yet solo, but I am planning to try it in a live stream. I know the base game very well, so I think I can pick up the expansion on the fly and go with it and do a solo playthrough. Such a good solo game. I love this game in solo, Dune Imperium. And then the expansion adds some really cool things that I have been checking out some other playthroughs of. Really, it looks really cool. Those little tanks and whatnot. So that's coming as well. I'm not promising any dates at the stage I'm in right now, because again, very stressful with this whole house sale and move and everything. But this is the plans I have for the near future here with these games. Oh, you haven't, Kabuki Kid says, haven't tried Dune Imperium solo yet. Yeah, you need to give that a spin. If you play Dune Imperium multiplayer and so on, when you play solo, you play against 2 opponents, and it really simulates a multiplayer game in such a good way. I really enjoy it. Really enjoy it. Can recommend it. And Sajat is saying, I'm not sure I could come up with a 25 list yet. Oh yeah, I think I played over 100 games solo, or more than that probably. But it's always a question, like, when can you do a top 100 list? Is it when you played, well, I mean, technically you can do when you played 100 games, right? But of course, it's more fun if you played 1,000 games, because then the quality will rise on those 100 that you have in the list. And same goes for the solo list, of course. Yeah, moving is stressful, especially the whole thing with, like, I talked about it earlier in the stream, but especially the thing with like selling a house and buying something else. Like, and matching that up. So I will have, like, sell my house, I know how much I get, then I will have to, like, okay, so what's my budget to buy an apartment or a new house? It's probably going to be an apartment. I don't need to, I live way too large as I do. I need to scale down. There's no reason to pay as much as I'm doing right now for rooms that I'm not using really in my house. So that's the plan. But it's stressful, and it's going to be stressful for like a month or 2 months ahead here. And then I'm going to be able to relax and just, pack everything up and all that. That's just, and that's just going to be fun. Like that process of like packing things up and then moving them to the new place and unpacking and getting like my games in order on the shelves and making a nice studio room. And I'm also getting some new furniture, like a new sofa and so on. It's going to be super fun. Yeah, well, I mean, it would be more stressful to move if I had like kids and so on. All that. Just moving myself. I mean, Draco is easy to move. I just, grab him and carry him over to the new place. so it's but the whole process around it. That's the thing, right? The process of around moving. And also it's going to be very, the whole studio thing again is going to be very interesting because I am planning to change up a little bit how I film or like my setup. So as you know, probably if you're watching, I usually film games from the side, like you're standing next to the table watching on my shoulder, which has been my idea from the start when I started doing YouTubing. And a lot of people are filming games from the top down. And I've always been a little bit like, I don't think you can, I don't like that because you don't see all the details as much. You can't really zoom in and so on in the same way. But I think I am going to cave in and start doing that as well, having a camera from above. But I want to have the camera above the table. I want to have it in some kind of construction or some kind of frame where I can move it around and I can move it like down or up and so on. I know John Gets Games is doing this very well. He has some kind of like robotic arm basically that he can move around so he can move the camera. I want something like that. So that I don't like when you get this like super far away top down view and you can't really see the cards or the text on the cards or anything. And of course I can do the green screen camera where I put the card in the green screen and it pops up big. I can do all those stuff, but yeah, I will find a new configuration where I can easily just sit down in the studio and just film a game, which is what I had basically now, but I'm thinking about some changes or maybe having double cameras, which right now I have one camera from here that I'm looking at you right now. I have one from the top and I have one on the side. And I want to have a better way of having them work together in a good way. Because right now I need to if I'm filming from that direction, then I can't have that camera there because then you're going to see it, which I don't like. So I'm going to figure out ways to find new angles really. And I also got a Stream Deck from Game Maniacs, my sponsor. So I'm gonna start using that once I get the new configuration set up as well, so I can have the Stream Deck on the side and just move angles and everything on the fly as I stream, which is gonna be fun. And wow, Sajaz said he moved at one point in his life. He moved 7 times in 8 years. That's not great. Yeah, I haven't moved in 12 years, so I think I'm pretty. I'm at the point where it's time to move, get some new fresh surroundings, and especially moving city. That's going to be huge for me. I lived in this city my whole life basically, so moving to a new city is going to be nice, even though it's close by. But it's going to be nice to just have new surroundings, and it's a smaller city as well, so it's going to be nice being like more small town mentality in a way, right? The city I live in used to be a small town, but now it's grown so much that it feels like there's like traffic jams. I don't like that. That's crazy. Okay, well, you know what? We are getting somewhat close to an hour, and I have been covering the things that I was planning to cover. So if you have any questions, let me know in the chat. About what's coming up or what's going on in general. But I have some games here I'm looking forward to play and to film. And I'm going to start off, sort of, like I usually do, with a bunch of unboxings. I think I have around 10 games in Shrink that I'm going to start off there. I'm going to start by unboxing a bunch of games, some games. Then I will also make playthroughs or solo playthroughs and all that, or live streams and all that. One that I have right here is Whirling Witchcraft from AEG, and this is designed by a Swedish designer that I met. So yeah, this is going to be fun to check out. I'm going to do an unboxing first of all of Whirling Witchcraft. I don't think it's that suited for 2 players from what I understand. So I probably won't be making a gameplay video of it, but I'll make an unboxing and then I might play it with my friends and so on and then talk about it. That's a future video. Yeah, Marcus, Mjölby has no traffic jams. No, I'm going to Vänersborg, which is a small city nearby me and where my friends live and where my gaming group lives mostly. Yeah, I moved a lot when I was a kid as well, and I didn't really enjoy it that much. So in my adult life, I've been trying to avoid moving. I only lived in 2 places since I left my, since I moved out of my moved away from my parents. So I try to avoid that. But so I'm hopefully I can find a good apartment where I can move to now, and then I can stay there for a good while. But in worst case, you never know what you're moving into, right? So in worst case, I might not like it there, but then I can always move again. It's not the biggest deal. Yeah, Whirling Witchcraft needs 3 people. Yeah. So I'm planning to. I got another game the other day from Osprey Games, Crescent Moon, which was interesting because it's a 4 and 5 player game only. It's not often you see that. Let's see if I can pull that up here. Well, of course I can. I hadn't heard anything about this game at all, but it hasn't been released yet. That's the thing. But Osprey Games sent this to me, the Crescent Moon game. So it's 4 to 5 players, which is so weird. And it's also weight 4 out of 5. So yeah, I don't think this, I don't know if this is a game for me. I don't usually like playing games with 4 or 5 players and having a weight 4. So we didn't make a deal about this. They just sent it to me, and so I told them that I am going to make an unboxing of it at least, and they were happy with that. So probably won't make any gameplay video for this, but it looks nice. It looks nice here on the pictures. So I look forward to unbox it, and I might try it out with my friends and so on. Even though 4 weight scares me a little bit, sounds like it's not something that we can just simply get into, and it's also a abstract strategy political. It's not my favorite kind of games, but who knows? Maybe I'll like it. So yeah, so I got that one, and I also got where is this? Cryptid, I think it's called. Here we go, Cryptid Urban Legends. I got this one as well, which is a 2-player version in some way, I think, of Cryptid. So I look forward to trying this one out. This one I could play with Drako if I enjoy it. We'll see. Yeah, 4 is Mage Knight, yeah. Even though Mage Knight also has a really bad rulebook, which I tried to learn and then I gave up. And I sold my Mage Knight. Yeah. Oh, it's higher than a 4, okay, yeah. But Cryptid Urban Legends looks fun as well. It's interesting. Another thing that is coming up on the channel, by the way, that I forgot to mention is I got sponsored by another Swedish game store just for a one-time thing. So I am planning to do a Swedish a Swedish playthrough of Brass Birmingham. I don't have a video of Brass Birmingham, and they sent me Brass Birmingham, so I'm planning to do a Swedish video for that. So I'm sorry to my non-Swedish speaking viewers, but once in a while I do like to do a video in Swedish. I haven't played the Cryptid, the main game, but it just got nominated for Spiel des Jahres, so obviously people like it. And I don't know too much about this game either. But deduction is something I do like, and deception, so yeah, probably a game I would like to play. And yeah, so that is the channel update. I am going to get something to eat. Thank you to everyone who's been watching. I really appreciate seeing everyone in the chat again. It's been a while. It's my fault, obviously, but we'll be back being way more active now. So look forward to some unboxing videos this week and a Kickstarter video coming as well when I start my Kickstarter for 2022. And then this weekend I'm going to Lincoln, so probably not any live streams. But then next week I hope to get some live streams going again with some Gloomhaven Jaws of the Lion, with Wingspan European expansion with the giveaway, and also with some Lord of the Rings the card game. I think is the first one I will play, or maybe, I don't know, maybe Dune Imperium. But I really want to play Lord of the Rings the card game on a stream. I look forward to that. So thank you to everyone who's been watching. If you watch this afterwards, just tell me in the comment section if you have any questions or ideas or thoughts or anything. Always like to hear from you. And also, I will put now, if you hear this now, it doesn't really matter if you're watching this afterwards, but I will put some timestamps in the video as usual as well, so people can find things. All right. Have a great evening or morning or whenever you're watching. Take care. Bye-bye.